All right, little brother, I'm gonna show you how to change this coil pack real quick. It's very easy. All right, first of all, you need either a ratchet with an 8mm socket on there, or I'm gonna do it just this very basic 8mm wrench. I'm gonna use this just to show you that you just need some very basic tools to do this. Just one wrench will do the whole job. So pop the hood, open it up, pull your engine cover off. All you do is grab it from right here and lift it up. It just pops off. It just snaps right back in place. It's got some little those little ball things right there, like little ball studs, and there's sockets underneath this thing that it just snaps in place. So take that off. All right, these are your coils. That's coil number 1, that's coil number 2, that's coil number 3, that's coil number 4, 5, and 6. And usually the P0301 code would point to a bad ignition coil number 1. P0302 code would mean this coil right here. It just so happens that the coil that failed on Kara's car was this one, which I think is the same one that failed on Erica's car. So that would be the P0302. So all you do to replace this thing is you disconnect this little plug on the back of it. You squeeze this little tab on the top right here with your thumb. You might have to wiggle it around a little bit and pull it backwards. Get your wire out the way. And then there's one bolt holding the whole thing on. So you can take a wrench, or like I said, if you have a socket with an 8mm, it doesn't matter. I'm doing this with one hand and I'm trying to look through the camera. I guess it would be easier if I looked at the bolt, but anyway, put your wrench on there and break the little bolt loose. Unscrew it. Don't lose it because you need it. Reuse it. I usually just set the stuff that I'm working on up on the top right by the windshield wipers with the wrench. All right, and then all you got to do is pull this straight up. You can kind of grab underneath the connector where the connector was and just pull up like that, and it should pop out. If it's been in there for a while, it might be stuck a little bit, but you can usually kind of wiggle it back and forth and pull up at the same time, and it'll come out. And then you can kind of twist it around this way to make sure it clears these wires right here and pull it out. That's it. That's your coil pack. So this end connects to the top of the spark plug. Well, actually it doesn't even connect. It just sits on top of it. There's a little spring in there. So if this was your new coil, after you got the old one out, you just take it just like this, come over to the hole where the spark plug is. See spark plug down in there? I don't know if you can see that or not. Anyway, all you're gonna do is drop this down in the hole, make sure it goes straight down, and push it down in place. And that's it. You can't really mess it up. Just make sure that little hole is lined up on the coil for your bolt. Take your bolt, screw it back in. Make sure you can screw it all the way down by hand. I would just go until it bottoms out like this, as tight as you can make it with your fingers. And then take your wrench, and if it's finger tight, I would try and do like no more than 1/4 of a turn. You'll feel how tight it gets, but it needs to be tight because it has to ground to the block. But say 1/8 to 1/4 of a turn is tight enough. After that, you take this plug, make sure it snaps in place, and you're done. You take your engine cover, and you can pretty much just line the hole up with the oil fill cap, and this snaps right back on. You'll feel it go down. When it kind of feels firmly in place, that's it. So after that, well, it took me less than 5 minutes. So you do that, and you can call yourself a mechanic too. Bye.